Welcome to Let's Connect. It is Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. It's another cold and rainy day in Sufre. I want to welcome all those of you on 88.5 Sufre FM listening to us live. Those of you listening on Facebook, welcome as well. Thank you for joining us. I have with me in studio Miss Cabrina Epifan. Good evening, Miss Cabrina. How was your day? How was your Tuesday?
Co-host with you this evening. I must reach out to our audience as well. Good afternoon, Sofre. And to answer you, the day was beautiful.
Right, I'm happy to hear that. So today we have a very special show. We don't have a particular topic, but we'll be celebrating poetry flair. Okay, so this is the Nobel laureate activity planned by the Committee of Soufrière, which is also sponsored by our district representative, Emma Hippolyte. And we have several participants. We have a total of 14 participants this evening, and they're in two categories. We have a student category and a adult category. Our judges will be joining us virtually. Our judges this evening, we have three of them. Is going to have Mr. Jefferson Stanislas with us from Soufrière Infant School. We will have Miss Sancha Plant, who is a teacher at the Choiseul Secondary School, and Miss Steffi De Fritas, who is a teacher at the Soufrière Comprehensive Secondary School. So we're waiting on our three judges to join us virtually. And in the meantime, we're going to tell you a little bit more about why we're having this competition. Also, before we begin, I have a couple of announcements. The funeral of Miss Wilhelmina Jervis, better known as Mimin of Fobenier, will be taking place on Friday, January 28th at the Catholic Church. Also, we regret to announce the passing of Anthony Udovic, better known as Lom, the jeweler, and also T. Allen, who's known as Mr. Mitchell of Belfort, who is the father to Samuel, also known as Battery of Barons Drive. So we want to extend deepest condolences to the family and friends of Anthony Udovic and Mr. Mitchell of Belfort on their passing this past week. We do wish all the very best to the families as they go through this trying time. So the theme for this year's Nobel Laureate Festival is celebrating excellence, facing new realities, creating new modalities. So Nobel Laureate Festival, which is being celebrated from January 9th to the 31st. This year, usually we only celebrate for about a week. Okay, so the Nobel Laureate Festival Committee announces its annual Nobel Laureate Festival, like I said, from the 9th to the 31st of January 2022. The festival is in its 29th year, and the second year of producing the festival adheres to restrictions and protocols brought about by the COVID-19 coronavirus. So this year's program included the Sir Derek Walcott Memorial Lecture, which took place on Tuesday, 18th January at the Finance Administrative Center under the title The Demand of Beauty, which was delivered by the St. Lucian poet and playwright, Mr. Kendall Hippolyte. There was also the Sir Arthur Lewis Memorial Lecture, which took place on Thursday, 20th January. It was a virtual presentation. Both lectures had limited in-person attendance because of protocols, and they will be recorded by NTN and transmitted over YouTube as well and Facebook Live. So if you missed those two performances, you can see it on YouTube as well as Facebook. Okay, so let's check out our persons in the Facebook live chat who are patiently waiting for us to begin the competition. I want to say good evening to Mr. Jonathan Edmond. He is one of the performers in the adult category. Good evening, Jonathan. Thanks for tuning in. Good evening, Miss Calixta Joseph. Thank you so very much for being here with us as always. Always so happy for your support. And also good evening to Hickson Stanislas. Always tuned in so very much. Thank you for your support, Hickson. Okay, so let me let you guys know who we are anticipating hearing from this evening. In our students category, we have Victor Mangru, Also, Keishon Alphonse. I taught Keishon at the infant school. I'm very, very interested in hearing what she's going to be delivering this evening, as well as Bethany Joy Fletcher and Desley Elize, Gazelle Goodwin, Destiny Faustin, Gian Vite, Ayana Seeley, Shaquana Seeley, and Jai Simforin. That's another one of my past students. So these are the 10 students performing in the children's category. In our adult category, we have Marcella Brady, Jonathan Edmond, Debbie Dolor, and Don Lucien, better known as Donatan, who I had on my show a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to be getting a great performance this evening. I do hope that everybody is tuned in and waiting in anticipation. Also, in between times, there is going to be an in-house competition between myself and Miss Epifan. She challenged me today that we prepare a last-minute poem. She had me going and look for all my nice fancy words to make a poem to compete with for this evening. So you guys will be our judges on our Facebook Live. So if you're not on Facebook Live, get on Facebook Live. We'll be paying attention to all our questions and all our comments, and you'll let us know. It's going to be a people's choice. You'll let us know who won between Kabrina and myself. Thanks for joining us, Branson Soulage of Stackart's Barbershop. Thanks for keeping it on lock. Let me check in. Do we have our judges as yet? Okay, we're waiting on our final judge. We have two, so we're just waiting on our last judge to join us so that we can begin the competition. Kabrina, you want to start our in-house competition right away, or are you nervous?
No, I'm not actually. We'll wait.
We'll wait. Okay, we'll wait. When the judges are deliberating over the other competitors, we'll have our in-house competition.
I think you're just overly excited. But
I am not. I'm nervous. I'm not. Thanks for joining us, Williamson Dennis. Letting everybody get themselves settled. Make sure you have your notepads ready to put down your comments and who you think should win and why, your favorite lines of the contest. We're so interested in hearing how everybody feels about the performances this evening. I do believe we could go through the criteria, some of the criteria of what the judges will be looking at. So there's points for physical presence. So the participant uses good posture, is confident, makes direct connection with the intended audience, is relaxed, and evidently enjoys reciting the poem. So you get points for that. I'll not tell you how much points, but we get points for that. There's also voice control and articulation. So the participant is clearly heard, projects his or her voice, pronounces words correctly and clearly with very good intonation. So for those of you who are going to be doing your own judging, these are some of the things you can look out for. Evidence of understanding. So the participant demonstrates a very good understanding of the poem and is able to voice it in a way that helps the audience to understand the poem better. The participant must effectively use intonation, emphasis, tone, and style of delivery. Now, that's something I'm looking forward to from Donatan, his style of delivery. Also, we're going to be judging on overall performance. The participant captivated the audience with the language of the poem. The participant enabled the audience to better understand the poem. Okay, so these are some of our physical criteria, and this is for the adult section. Now, in terms of the students, we're looking at voice control and articulation, evidence of understanding, and overall performance. So the students will be on 3 different categories and the adults on 4 different categories. So they'll be judged on different criteria. Are all 3 judges in as yet? Okay, I don't want to start without all 3 of our judges. Give us just one moment. Let us get all our judges in. In the meantime, the prizes, what everybody wants to know. So our prizes this evening, we have cash prizes for our adults. Our second prize winner will be getting $300 cash. Our first prize winner will be getting $500 cash, and all remaining participants will receive $100. That is in the adult category. In the student category, our second place winner will receive $150. Our first place winner will receive $250, and all remaining participants will receive $50. All prizes are sponsored by the Sufre Regional Development Foundation. Okay, we are going to go into our competition as all three judges are in place. We're going to be starting off in our children's category, our student category, with Victor Mangru reciting New Reality.
Mangro, Form 4, Sufra Comprehensive Secondary School. We murmur, a vivid saying of my grandmother. I reminisce on my past experiences, and in my 15 years on this earth, I have never seen a pandemic so devastating or experienced online school before, only the regular classroom setting, and the occasional studying on the vacation or weekends. 2020 and 2021 brought intensified efforts at production and unleashed our creative juices with no obstruction. COVID-19 hit like an arrow to the chest of all. With my brothers and sisters jobless, the situation seemed hopeless. Things I was free to do before were now heavily restricted. With faces hidden by masks, no one knew who had the virus, putting us in a constant mode of panic. Sadly, not even recognizing their friends and neighbors. We, the younger generation, knowing what it used to be to play outside, are now being driven crazy. Social distancing, they say, with everything now online, closing of schools early for months at a time, the bottom of online school, this has become the new normal. We have no choice but to live with our new reality, to become resilient, to acquire new skills, to become more adaptable, to appreciate family, to be more grateful as we lift our eyes to the dawning of a new day, a new era of change. From me to you, please, no idle hands.
My name is Kishon Alphonse, and I am a Form 3 student of the
To the next performance. So that first one was Victor Mangru in the category of student with his poem entitled New Reality. I definitely heard a lot of the keywords from the based on the theme. I feel like I plagiarized a little bit in my poem because I definitely had a similar intention. We're going to go straight into our next performer, Kishon Alphonse, with her poem entitled Our Excellency.
My name is Kishon Alphonse, and I am a Form 3 student of the Sufre Comprehensive Secondary School. This is a poem written by me called Our Excellency. Our Excellency. Facing a new reality is not always easy. On the contrary, actually, just the thought of it could make us queasy. Still, we should not let this stop us from creating new modalities. Let us excel and achieve excellence, put in the work and time to experience the supremacy we once had. I know for facts we can get it if we want it bad. Our greatness and virtues will ensue purity, accompanied by prosperity. Let us reap what we sow in unity. Never again shall we face such a massive loss, for this is not why our Savior died on the cross. Let us make him proud and never have to doubt. Let us walk in unison and face this new reality as one to achieve excellence. Our Excellency.
That was Kishon Alphonse with Our Excellency. I hope I'm not going too fast for the judges. Let's give them a little time to make sure that they've jotted down their notes and that they have put in the points for each criteria. Remember, there are three criteria for the student category, we have to look at voice control and articulation. That means the participant is clearly heard, projects his or her voice, pronounces words correctly and clearly and with good intonation. The second category is evidence of understanding. The participant has to demonstrate a very good understanding of the poem. And in the third category, overall performance, the participant captivated the audience with the language of the poem. So we're going to go into our third contestant in the student category. We have Desley Elise with It's a Happening.
It's a happening. New realities, new modalities. So, should we take it to the multiverse? No. Maybe we should keep it here on Earth. Many realities, I will say, now that COVID-19 rules the day. But the biggest we have to face is a change to the human race. Change in nature, change in nurture, change in the way we see each other. While the virus is a great pandemic, was it clever to man's soul turning septic? But to the rescue came technology, saving school, connections, and family. And its sidekick mask became the norm to save us from the virus storm. And now cometh the dawn of AI, QR code and Bitcoin, cash can fly. The whole world as we know it is no more. Virtual reality has crossed the floor. Changes are happening in a nanosecond, for the better or for the whole world emotionally quarantined. There was only one thing that was benefiting. What that is, who that is, time will tell. Or it may not if I can still spell. Virtual learning, classroom learning, new modalities, it's a happening.
Performer number 3, Desley Elise with It's a Happening. Let me take a moment to commend the Canaries Constituency Council, who is hosting a Poetry in Motion, a virtual poetry competition. If you need more information, it can be found on the Let's Connect Facebook page. If you are a resident of Canaries and you're interested in participating, please feel free to check it out. So in honor of Nobel Laureate Week, they're inviting you to a virtual elocution competition. It is open to residents of Canaries. The rules are simple. You send in your content. You have your friends engaged by liking and sharing it from their page. And there's a infant or primary school students that have the videos with the most views. They will win a tablet. And there's 2 poems that they're asking that they perform. So the infant and primary school students are asked to perform Love After Love. And secondary school students are asked to perform A City's Death by Fire. And if your video for the secondary school category, if your video gets the most likes, you win a cash prize of $250. So those prizes are compliments of Honorable Wayne Girard. Okay, so those video submissions are due January 28th, which is on Friday. So if you are an infant or primary school student or secondary school student and you are a resident of Canaries, you are eligible to take part in this competition. So you can check out the Let's Connect Facebook page for more information about that. So lots of great activities for Nobel Laureate Week. Our 4th competitor in the student category, excuse me, Bethany Joy Fletcher with a poem entitled Celebrate.
Celebrate, celebrate. Long live our Nobel laureates. Celebrate, celebrate. Cheers to 2 brilliant gentlemen. A time to be inspired. A time we remember. Remember the great names of Derek Walcott and Arthur Lewis. Celebrate, celebrate. A time to find greatness in ourselves. A time to discover and unlock our new talents. Celebrate, celebrate our country's excellence. Isn't it ironic that we celebrate our two Nobel laureates in the month of January? January, the one that starts the show, laying the red carpet for our dreams and aspirations. Celebrate, celebrate, facing new realities, changing our opinions, changing our perspectives, changing our realities, chasing our goals. Celebrate, celebrate, creating new modalities, an advanced way of life, an advanced way of thinking, becoming the people we wish to be, adopting the habits that can make a difference. Celebrate, celebrate. Long live our Nobel laureates. Celebrate, celebrate. Cheers to two brilliant gentlemen. A time to be inspired. A time we remember. Remember the great names of Derek Walcott and Arthur Lewis.
Celebrating
All right, so that was Miss Bethany Joy Fletcher with Celebrate. When I mentioned the Canaries competition a while ago, I noticed this. They have the secondary school students doing a city's death by fire. I remember doing that poem for elocution competition at convent, and it was always such a chilling experience to see how each group would do that one line, a city's death by fire. And I remember there was a particular performance where the group split up in two, and then they came back together, and the sound of their feet was so chilling when they said that line, a city's death by fire. So I would love to view those poems. I can't wait to see the submissions coming from Canaries. So once again, check out the Let's Connect Facebook page for more information on the Canaries virtual poetry competition. In the next submission, we have someone from the adult category. We have Marcella Brady with Men of Excellence.
celebrating excellence, facing new realities, creating new modalities. Men of excellence. Born on January 23rd, 1930, awarded the prize for literature, was one who was not born in illiteracy. Bestowed with this prize in 92 for a poetic oeuvre of great luminosity. He produced work of considerable diversity, which never proved to be an atrocity. Coming from a family of African and European descent, Walcott never failed to represent. In his works, a mindset translucent and independent. He paved the way for others. Yes, we can say he was born to represent. Facing new realities, creating new modalities. His counterpart, Sir Arthur Lewis, received his for economics. He stated, "The fundamental cure for poverty is not money, but knowledge." At age 7, raised by only his mother, that certainly did not stop him. He was different to every other. Being paid homage for his outstanding knowledge, he was rewarded in 1979 for phenomenal work produced by his outstanding mind. Inventor of the dual sector model, this became a colossal development in the world of economics and fully used for its incredible dynamics, facing new realities, creating new modalities. Derek and Arthur, men of great similarities. Marcella Braid, Super Comprehensive Secondary School, Form 5.
My name is Gazel Goodwin. I attend the Sufra Comprehensive Secondary School. I am in third form, and the name of my poem is an ode to the laureates.
Still under the children's category, our next submission, Gazelle Goodwin, and her poem is entitled An Ode to the Laureates.
My name is Gazelle Goodwin. I attend the Sufer Comprehensive Secondary School. I am in third form, and the name of my poem is an ode to the laureates. From the summit of Mont Jimmy to Pigeon Island pristine, we were crowned a nation blessed with duality and excellence we beam. Our history of colorful splendor, that of European powers who for Helen battled, tells a story of strength and valor and a people emerging from the broken shackles. Today, we as a people stand tall as we ought, our many symbols of excellence to celebrate, resting on the shoulders of Lewis and Walcott, whom the world crowned our Nobel laureates. January 23rd, a day mystically destined for greatness, saw the birth of two men who proudly suckled at Helen's breast. So today we hail these two men, a symbol of all challenges faced, two men who give us hope as new modalities we embrace. These two men, elegant in stature, set a solid foundation that must be built upon by generations of the future. Lewis's economic solutions, like the mineral baths, were invigorating. Walcott's literary flair, like a mellifluous waterfall, came cascading. Arthur, a giant of economics in theory and practical endeavor, gave the world solutions for facing the new realities that we encounter. He taught us that poverty, though an inescapable reality, was to be conquered through education and not just money. Derek, like the avid dreamer on Monkey Mountain, he gave us to Jean and his brothers and our very own Homer. His tapestry of words for our fertile mind was like a fountain. From it we drank, we imbibed, almost in drunken stupor. Together these giants, sons of Leonora, children of Ionola, created new modalities for our beloved St. Lucia. Together they created an aroma as pungent as sulfurous sulfur. Together they gave us the most Nobel laureates per capita. Arthur and Derek made St. Lucia revered on the global fraternity. In unison, they created harmony, maximizing all our intrinsic diversity. And just like the twin peaks of majesty, they represent an excellent duality, for they have blessed us so uniquely with literature and language and solutions for our economy. Thank you, Lewis and Walcott, for excellence that we can celebrate. We are inspired by Lewis and Walcott to confront the new realities we face. From the knowledge of these two men, many a new modality we can create, and for their greatness and excellence, Sunusha wraps them eternally in her warm embrace. Thank you.
As we continue our poetry pieces, we have Destiny Faustine, titled Lucia Celebrates.
I am Destiny Faustine, a Form 3 student of SCSS. My poem is entitled Lucia Celebrates. Celebrating excellence, a way of showing appreciation. Laureates, the coveted title of prestigious affiliation. Our mud-stained feet sons who prove true allegiance. Today, we are facing new realities. Maybe, just maybe, the vigor was too short-lived. Life came cascading like Superman Force Global. Oh, fair Helen, what unjust and deep troubles. New modalities are often created. We will rise like the phoenix out of the sulfur crater, sailing through to a beautiful sun-swept dawn. At last, a breakthrough. She smiles and finally lies down. Ah, my work is done. Feast up, Lucia.
To this day, these remarkable words once said by you.
We're moving on in our student category. We just heard from Miss Destiny Faustin with her poem entitled Lucia Celebrates. And we have coming up, we have Mr. Gian Vite with his poem Day Inspired.
To this day, these remarkable words once said by you are imprinted in my brain. I read, I travel, I become. She's a rare vase out of a cat's reach on its shelf. These are just a few of many quotes that inspire many to be like you. Quotes like these are few but interesting. signifying reality and inspiration to do something edifying. You were one of St. Lucia's finest men, accomplishing a feat achieved by only one other of your countrymen, winning a Nobel Prize and being knighted by the Queen. St. Lucians are lucky to have someone to emulate as to this day your work we can narrate. Sir Derek Walcott, Man of Excellence. Economics, what a field! Your contribution was a major one, known to everyone worldwide. You won the Nobel Prize for Economics and inspired lots of us to follow in your footsteps and to accomplish our dreams to be like you. A school was named after you in memory of your legacy. You inspired economic innovation and accomplished feats that left a foundation. Sir W. Arthur Lewis, Man of Excellence. To both of you, we say thank you. Your feats and accomplishments open doors for many people like me. For St. Lucians, truly appreciate your work. My name is Jan Vite. I attend Soufriere Comprehensive Secondary School. And this is my attempt at the competition. And I am in Form 3.
Hi,
Up next is Iona Seal, A New Light.
my name is Ayana Seal, and today I will be reciting my poem entitled A New Light. Itty quick, quack, a moonlit chorus of echo. Lucia, encircled by her many, many children. Quick quack, remember where we start? Carried off, far from home, to work on scalding earth. Little in our bellies, little dreams in our heads, little dreams that swelled and brought forth broken chain links. That was the start of our lives. Itty quick, quack, quick quack. Remember who take part? Lewis and Walcott, illuminating our paths along with many others. A bouillon, the whitest of dumplings, and the brownest of lentils, a pot wrapped in rainbow checkered cloth. Itty quick, quack, quick quack. Now where we at? Fallen fig trees, pockets spare, water gray. Every day a po. Mary Papapali by Gina, etc., etc., covered in umber. How we get so? The rounded children's cheeks droop. They know what their mother demands. Reluctantly, they drop their roaring torches and knife-ended stars to interlock hands. Quick quack, where we going next? Lucia restarts. A new loop of moonlit anthem. A new land with new light.
My name is
We just heard from Ayana Seal with her poem A New Light. Ayana, in the bouillon, you forgot pumpkin. You had your lentils and your dumpling, but you did not have pumpkin, my girl. I'm just playing, but a very good poem from Ayana Seal. And next we have Shaquana Seal with New Old Way.
Shakwana Seal, and my poem is entitled New Old Way. Boy, these days is only doom and gloom. Everybody's stuck inside their room. Happiness, boy, that's scarce like gold. Not even affect they making us whole. So what we supposed to do? Maybe we can find something new. Where we finding it, gas?
I hear you ask, oh boy, you really fast. Maybe we can find it in the past. Mamai, and to celebrate that we usher in a new old way. Let's look back. Let me make a start. Look at Walcott and St. Omer, masters of the arts. Brilliant poetry dancing off pages, beautiful paintings of proud black faces. Sir Arthur Lewis with his mad mouth skills. Darren Sammy repping us on international fields. Yeah, we blending the old with the new and ain't forget that motto there too. But wait, Gus, let's not forget our great women. St. Lucia proudly boasts Nina Compton and Cecil, Laverne and Janelle. Yeah, they're there too. And legends like Blackpool. We ain't forgetting you. Mamai, and who celebrate that we usher in a new old way. Yeah, man. I know there's pandemic and things hard. No more money left on that debit card. Yeah, see our friends, but we can give them a call. Yeah, things sad. But we have to work. And who celebrate? And who reminisce? Talk about it on the media with the people we miss. New old way, laptop and phone. Who say we can laugh when we at home? New old way, in the face of adversity, share the virtual fig and celebrate justice and equality. I thank you.
Um, just before we go into our last children category, Rain, I just want to ask you, what do you think of this poet in terms of how it was delivered? Some sort of a twist. I kind of like it.
I definitely enjoyed the language she used. I think it would resonate more with her peers, and it was definitely a lot more energetic than some of the other performances. Definitely a great job, Miss Shaquana Seal, with her poem New Old Way. So far we have had 9 performers from our children's category and 1 performer from the adult category. And we are coming now with our final performer in the
Hello,
children's
my name is
category,
Joseph
which
Fourier.
is Jai
Hello,
Symphorian with his poem Our Nobel Laureates.
hello, my name is Joseph Fourier. I am a student that goes to SCSS and Form 3. I'll be reciting a poem called Our Nobel Laureates. Winning poems that won awards, winning the hearts of those who read them. They left us, but their legacy still lives on in our hearts. Inspiring today's youth with his work, Sir Derek Walcott never could. Achieving goals higher than the stars, reaching milestones in a field so challenging. A beacon of hope and inspiration and dreams for future generations. Sir Arthur Lewis set the foundation. Our 2 Nobel laureates, 2 great people of this small island St. Lucia, whose names are known worldwide, they may rest in peace and may their legacy live on, an everlasting flame of hope and inspiration for the people of today and the future generation.
Our children's category, we had 11 participants. This is where we're gonna 10 participants. My apologies. This is where we move into our adult category.
Okay.
First off, we have in our adults category.
Before we move into our adult category, let's give our judges a little time so that they can process the 10 performance from the children's category. We did already have 1 performance from the adult category, Miss Marcella Braid, with her poem Men of Excellence. Just a reminder of the prizes. We have our first prize winner from the student category will receive $250. The second place winner in the student category will receive $150, and all other participants will receive $50. So congratulations to all our 10 performers in the student category. You all are winners this evening. Nobody is going to be left behind. I want to congratulate our winners in advance. You did a very good job. We had some very wonderful poems. We had those that were at a slower, soothing pace. We had short poems, we had long poems, we had energetic poems, we had those with visual aids, we had those with their own physical performance, as in they actually performed it physically. We had spoken word. It was very well put together. We have some great comments in our Facebook live chat. So those students, those of you who are watching, you can check out some of the comments made by your past teachers and former teachers, parents, and well-wishers who are wishing you all the very best this evening as you entered this competition. I think that the Sufre Comprehensive School has given us a very good indication of the excellence that is taking place at the school. I want to big up all the teachers at Sufre Comprehensive Secondary School, also the principal and all the past teachers as well, because you have a role to play, and all the parents as well. You guys are doing a great job. We have very, very great candidates there for our next Nobel laureates. We had 10 wonderful performances. I think that you guys did a wonderful job.
I can definitely agree with you. Spectacular. And I think when it comes to literature, they actually nailed it in terms of the different pieces that they showcased today. So kudos again to the participants, and like you did mention, to the school as well, and all those who were involved in such great talent, the exhibition of great talent.
All right, so our second performer, as you were saying, Miss Cabrina?
He's no other than Jonathan Edmund, Soldier for Lucia.
Dark days, they say. So much noise about negativity. There's a lot of talk these days about how things are only going to get worse and worse. But not me. I'm not one of the people who are busy prophesying doom and gloom. I'm part of the hopeful tribe, pushing that give love to stay alive vibe. And I'm not the brother who's going around complaining about the weather. I'm part of the gratitude awakening, giving thanks for everything from the blessing to the challenging. And I'm certainly not one of those who are sitting back picking their nose all the while crying about how the economy is declining. I'm a mover and a groover, a hustler, a go-getter, making it happen for me and my neighbors. You see, I'm a soldier for Lucia, but a lover, not a fighter. Never give up, never surrender. And I'm in the trenches every day. Bring it on, this way I stay. Strictly elevation, no time for late. I face fire with water, hate with love, ego with consciousness, depression with motivation. I'm a soldier for Lucia. 43 years on, 43 years more, forever. Just like Derek and Arthur. Join us and be soldiers for Lucia. Peace and love. One love.
I'm breathless. Really. Yeah, it's great.
Cabrina said she's breathless.
And if it was left to me alone, I would have had an encore to that for sure.
Oh wow! If we had time, I would definitely agree with you that we could have listened to that one again.
Yes.
That was Jonathan Edmund with Soldier for Lucia. Wonderful performance there. Let me just remind you of our criteria for the judging for the adult category. We have points awarded for physical presence, points for voice control and articulation, evidence of understanding, and overall performance. So, Jonathan Edmund, kudos to you on that wonderful performance. Very well done.
And coming from me, you've won all the categories.
Our third performer in our adult category is Debbie Dolor with Somebody, Someone.
Somebody, someone destroyed me and trust. Somebody, someone broke me down to the bone and flesh. Someone broke me down into a million pieces, recreating God's perfect image. Why? Because someone feels a need to show weakness, strength, struggle, anger, hunger, and rage. Someone showed my skin to the world, ripping me off of the chances to show my beauty. My skin, her skin, our skin reflects you, your mind, your touch, and soul. My skin twists and turns and screams to the sounds of your footsteps. My hair stands on ends trying to defend her with spikes to your touch. My body connects perfectly with yours. My arms, my legs, back, my own private areas. Someone crumble my thoughts, memories, and knowledge aside. Someone erase my joy, my peace, my happiness, even me. My brain is stuck on repeat, replaying these horrors of night and day that you haunt me. Someone took the words love, live, life, and hope from me. Voices scares my memories, ugly, undeserving, nothing, nasty, worthless. Someone has me thinking this is really me. Someone, this time I realize that I am human, that we share the same maker. We all bleed the same. We deserve life. Yes, you. Someone, this time I stand up, take control, recreate and renovate my life, for it has just begun. Someone, you've lost. I bet you don't want to hear this, but I have won, and I've chosen life, and life has chosen me.
Performance by Debbie Dolo.
Can I have your tissue?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it really hit home.
I will have to
Yes.
stock up some tissue in here for Cabrina.
It really
was
hit home.
emotional.
Very.
It was definitely evoking that emotion. I am in awe of that wonderful performance. Thank you so very much, Debbie Dola, with her poem entitled Somebody, Someone. Very powerful work. I don't wish to be the judges this evening. I can tell you that much. I am not prepared to be the one giving out these sort of results. I can
This
tell
will
you.
surely be a difficult task.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely. You guys are up for a very interesting task this evening. We have our final performance of the evening. I say performance because I am anticipating it is truly going to be another performance from Donatan the Legend, aka Don Lucien, with his poem entitled The Third Nobel Laureate.
Donatan, listen to another one. I just want to dedicate this piece to Sir Lewis and Derek Walcott. I want to talk about their contribution to the island, the youth, and more. Listen. Let's shine a little light on the duos. Two of St. Lucia's mightiest heroes. Everything they did it for the youth. Let's remember they work for a minute or two. I have big respect for Sir and Derek. The level of greatness, how can I compare it? No matter the hard work, no matter the triumph, no matter the struggles, I'm gonna go get it. I wanna win a prize I could honor the same way. In case you didn't know, I was born on the same day. Now is my chance, gotta show what I got. I never give up, no matter what. So I thought they tried to make a fool out of him. And look now, they start making a fool out of him. Look his face there, and everyone must care and appreciate Derek Walcott Square. New modalities are what the people utilize in order to face crisis and to survive. Unemployment rate grows unnoticed, especially in terms of COVID. Who knows? We might have the natural cure. The doctor numbers on the map for sure. But some leaders, they are not pure. They just want to find ways to tax some more. We need to reflect on their contribution, because that is the path we must continue on. Business economy, let's acknowledge this. Sir Appa was the best at all of this. Derek was an ex-beautiful soul, a man who had passion for using his words. We're not against them, we tolerate them, but do we actually follow the trend? Let's shine a little light on the duos. Two of St. Lucia's mightiest heroes. All what they did it for the youth. Let's remember they work for a minute or two. I have big respect for Sir Appa and Derek. The level of greatness I wanna compare it. No matter the struggle, no matter the triumph, no matter the hard work, I'm gonna go get it. I just want to say thank you all for listening, and this is my piece in a contribution for Nobel Laureate Day. I want to say keep safe, follow the protocols, and continue following the path of our two great role models.
Lucien with his poem entitled The Third Nobel Laureate. And that was truly indeed a performance. Always great coming from you, Don. Definitely appreciate you participating in our competition this evening. Miss Cabrina, what did you think?
All in all, it was a great performance from the students category to the adults, I must admit. We have a lot of talent, and I want to thank this platform for giving persons the opportunity to actually showcase this. And I must say kudos again to all the participants, and as we await the judges to do the deliberations.
Yes, and in the meantime, we ask that our viewers stay on because we have our in-house competition next.
Oh my
between
God! I
myself
think
and
you're gonna
Katrina.
go first.
Your poem is
Your poem is better than mine for sure.
Please.
And this is where I had little time to prepare for sure. That was like
Sabrina, I
this
think you
morning.
had more time than me because
No,
I did
this morning.
last minute.
This morning,
I wrote mine today.
I
wrote
did
mine
my
today.
well today as well from my head.
Oh my gosh.
And again, it's just for fun. We are not competing
we're
for
not
a
competing
prize
for
for
any
sure.
prize. We just want to
Just our
contribute
talent.
to our poetry competition in our own little way as our host. So we don't have too much else to do while the judges deliberate. We're waiting. Although we could I don't want to take a guess from our live as to who the people's choice winners are because we had so many reactions to especially our adult competitors. So but Cabrina wants us to do our in-house. So we're depending on you guys to let us know between the two of us who won.
And just before you do so, I think it's fitting again for maybe even persons that are listening to remind them of the criteria that are being
Not a
judged
problem,
upon.
definitely. So for those of you who joined us late in the program, we had two categories. We had 10 performers in our children's category who were students from the Sufre Comprehensive Secondary School. And we had 4 adults in our adult section. So in the adult section, there was 4 categories to be judged on. Firstly, they were judged on their physical presence because if you notice, all 4 participants showed themselves, performed it, and that you were able to see them. So that was one of the criteria for the adults that they had to show themselves. They had to be a physical presence. Okay. They had to show confidence, make direct contact connection with the audience. They had to be relaxed and enjoy or show that they enjoyed reciting their poem. So all that comes into physical presence. In terms of our second category,
which is voice control and articulation. The participant is clearly heard, projects his or her voice, pronounces words correctly and clearly with very good intonation.
And our third area of criteria for the judging of the adult section is evidence of understanding. So the participant demonstrates a very good understanding of the poem and is able to voice it in a way that helps the audience to understand the poem better. Okay, so the participant must effectively use intonation, emphasis, tone, and style of delivery. That's very important.
And we looking at the overall performance. The participant captivated the audience with the language of the poem. The participant enabled the audience to better understand the poem. The participants' physical presence, voice, and articulation, the dramatic appropriateness, work well together and made the presentation more interesting. The participant understood and showed mastery of the poetry recitation.
Okay, and in the student category, we had 3 areas of judging. In the first area of the first criteria was voice control and articulation, and the participant had to be clearly heard, projects his or her voice, pronounces the words correctly and clearly, and with very good intonation.
Evidence of understanding. The participant demonstrates a very good understanding of the poem and is able to voice it in a way that helps the audience to understand the poem better. The participant must effectively use intonation, emphasis, tone, and style of delivery.
All right. And in our last criteria, we're looking of course again at overall performance, and that includes the participants being able to captivate the audience with the language of the poem, the participant enabling the audience to better understand the poem, the participant's voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness. They work well together and they made the presentation more interesting. The participant understood and showed mastery of the poetry recitation. Okay, so those were the three criteria for the students category. I'm seeing a lot of persons demanding that we do an encore.
Yes.
Let me ask my technician if we play all four. Is there a way to play all four adult ones? Because that's the least amount before our time is up. Is it possible? I'm getting a lot of clamoring for Debbie's poem and for Jonathan's and Donaton's. Is there a way that we could replay the three in the time we have left? We're giving the judges as much time as possible. We're just waiting. We're just trying to see if we can please our live viewers on Facebook. They want to see the poems again. We have a lot of persons who joined us late, so we're trying to see if we can get you the adult ones and give the judges a little extra time, because they're saying that it is the most difficult competition that they have ever had to judge. And I understand that. I don't blame them, because it's tough. It's tough. And we can see why when we go to pageants, that it usually is and everybody's usually so upset by the results. Please don't kill the judges, because it's all part of how you can see it. So we're going to we're going to play the three. We're going to play Jonathan Edmonds, Soldier for Lucia, Debbie Dolos, Somebody Someone, and Don Lucien, the Food Nobel Laureate. Apologies to Marcella Brady, it's because of the lineup we had. It's too far back for us to bring it up again. So we're going to play the last three videos over again to give our judges a little extra time.
Dark days, they say. So much noise about negativity. There's a lot of talk these days about how things are only going to get worse and worse. But not me. I'm not one of the people who are busy prophesying doom and gloom. I'm part of the hopeful tribe, pushing that give love to stay alive vibe. And I'm not the brother who's going around complaining about the weather. I'm part of the gratitude awakening, giving thanks for everything from the blessing to the challenging. And I'm certainly not one of those who are sitting back picking their nose all the while crying about how the economy is declining. I'm a mover and a groover, a hustler, a go-getter, making it happen for me and my neighbors. You see, I'm a soldier for Lucia, but a lover, not a fighter. Never give up, never surrender. And I'm in the trenches every day. Bring it on, this way I stay. Strictly elevation, no time for late. I face fire with water, hate with love, ego with consciousness, depression with motivation. I'm a soldier for Lucia. 43 years on, 43 years more, forever. Just like Derek and Arthur. Join us and be soldiers for Lucia. Peace and love, one love.
Somebody, someone destroyed me and trust. Somebody, someone broke me down to the bone and flesh. Somebody, someone broke me down into a million pieces, recreating God's perfect image. Why? Because somebody, someone feels a need to show weakness, strength, struggle, anger, hunger, and rage. Somebody, someone showed my skin to the world, ripping me off of the chances to show my beauty. My skin, her skin, our skin reflects you, your mind, your touch and soul. My skin twists and turns and screams to the sounds of your footsteps. My hair stands on ends trying to defend her with spikes to your touch. My body connects perfectly with yours. My arms, my legs, back, my own private areas. Someone crumble my thoughts, memories and knowledge aside. Someone erase my joy, my peace, my happiness, even me. My brain is stuck on repeat, replaying these horrors of night and day that you haunt me. Someone took the words love, live, life, and hope from me. Voices scares my memories, ugly, undeserving, nothing, nasty, worthless. Someone has me thinking this is really me. Someone, this time I realize that I am human, that we share the same maker. We all bleed the same. We deserve life. Yes, you. Someone, this time I stand up, take control, recreate and renovate my life, for it has just begun. Someone, you've lost. I bet you don't want to hear this, but I have won, and I've chosen life, and life has chosen me.
Jonathan, listen to another one. You know, I just want to dedicate this piece to Sir Lewis and Derek Walcott. I want to talk about their contribution to the island, the youth, and more. Listen. Let's shine a little light on these duos. Two of St. Michel's mightiest heroes. Everything they did it for the youth. Let's remember they worked for a minute or two. I have big respect for Sir and Derek. The level of greatness, how can I compare it? No matter the hard work, no matter the triumph, no matter the struggles, I'm gonna go get it. I wanna win a prize I could honor the same way. In case you didn't know, I was born on the same day. Now is my chance, gotta show what I got. I never give up, no matter what. So after they try to make a fool out of him. And look now, they start making school out of him. Look his face there. And everyone must care and appreciate Derek Walcott Square. New modalities are what the people utilize in order to face crisis and to survive. Unemployment rate grows unnoticed, especially in terms of COVID. Who knows? We might have the natural cure. Put Dr. Umbros on the map for sure. But some leaders, they had not pure. They just want to find ways to tax some more. We need to reflect on their contribution, because that is the path we must continue on. Business economy, let's acknowledge this. Sir Affa was the best at all of this. Derek was an ex-beautiful soul, a man who had passion for using his words. We're not against them, we tolerate them, but do we actually follow the trend? Let's shine a little light on the duos. Two of St. Michel's mightiest heroes. All what they did it for the youth. Let's remember they work for a minute or two. A big respect for Sir Affa and Derek. The level of greatness, I wanna compare it. No matter the struggle, no matter the triumph, no matter the hard work, I'm gonna go get it. I just want to say thank you all for listening, and this is my piece in the contribution for Nobel Laureates Day. I want to say keep safe, follow the protocols, and continue following the path of our two great role models.
Celebrating excellence, facing new realities, creating new modalities. Men of excellence. Born on January 23, 1930, awarded the prize for literature, was one who was not born in illiteracy. Bestowed with this prize in 92 for a poetic oeuvre of great luminosity. He produced work of considerable diversity, which never proved to be an atrocity. Coming from a family of African and European descent, Walcott never failed to represent. In his works, a mindset translucent and independent. He paved the way for others. Yes, we can say he was born to represent. Facing new realities, creating new modalities. His counterpart, Sir Arthur Lewis, received his for economics. He stated, "The fundamental cure for poverty is not money, but knowledge." At age 7, raised by only his mother, that certainly did not stop him. He was different to every other. Being paid homage for his outstanding knowledge, he was rewarded in 1979 for phenomenal work produced by his outstanding mind. Inventor of the dual sector model, this became a colossal development in the world of economics and fully used for its incredible dynamics, facing new realities, creating new modalities. Derek and Arthur, men of great similarities. Marcella Braid, Super Comprehensive Secondary School, Form 5.
Right, so that was our four contestants in the adults category. We had Marcella Braid, who is a Form 5 student at the Super Comprehensive School. We had Miss Debbie Dolo, who had a very emotional poem. We had Mr. Jonathan Edmond with his entitled Soldier for Lucia, a very interesting spoken word piece. And finally, we had Don Lucien with his piece entitled The Third Nobel Laureate. Very energetic performance there. Like I said, I don't want to be the judges tonight. They're having a very difficult task this evening to come up with a winner and a second place winner and first place winner in each category.
Let me ask you about your judging skills based on everything you've witnessed here this evening.
Mm. Well, I have my own ways of judging different things. I wish that all of the students could have presented themselves physically, but we know our students are shy, they're still young, so we did not have them have a criteria in terms of their physical performance. But in terms of my favorite ones, visually, I'm a very visual person, I like to see things. So I definitely want to give a shout out to I believe it was Bethany who had a performance where she had the Peter in the background. I love that. So big up to Bethany Joy Fletcher with her piece Celebrate. Miss Kishon Alphonse is one of my favorite past students. I would have wished to see her do a physical performance. I loved the sound of Jai Sinforian's voice in his performance, our Nobel laureate. Another one that I found interesting was Gian Vite. He had this change of tone throughout his poem. I'm not sure if it was a deliberate thing. I would have to probably see the words written out and to note where he made the changes of tone so that I could see whether, like, try and judge whether or not it was deliberate or not. But it was interesting. It kind of, the other point, I really paid attention when the tone of his voice changed.
I can agree to an extent. I would definitely say Iona Seal, she captured me as well. I always have love for Kishon Alphonse, well delivered as well, intonation. I can perhaps say Gian Vite as well. Very inspiring. And of course, with his poem entitled, They Inspired. And I think all in all, the participants did an awesome job. And, Facebook is lighting Reneata. And everybody's saying that the winner actually should go to Debbie.
Well, we know we always have a people's choice. Debbie's poem was definitely one of those that evoked the most emotions. My only issue with Debbie's poem is that I think it diverted too much from the theme. Although, if you had to really go into a literature-based analysis
Yes.
of the poem, you could definitely see an undertone about the harsh realities in terms of the emotionalness of her poem. So I would, like I said, the judges have a very difficult task this evening because you have to it's almost like you're grading literature CXC right now, but you have to be doing it in a short amount of time.
Which is true.
Yes,
So
so
I,
I
I
would not
can
want to see the
imagine.
judges. We do still have our in-house competition, and I hope that our viewers are ready to give us your critique so that we can know who won before we end the show tonight. We have about 6 minutes left on our program. So Cabrina wants me to go first. I did not really try to name my poem, but I had today's theme on my mind. So I am leaning more towards the theme, but we did say that we did not have a set theme. You could write about anything you wanted, but I did stick sort of to our Nobel laureate theme. Let me remind you the theme for Nobel laureate week, the Nobel laureate festival is
Celebrating excellence, facing new realities, creating new modalities.
right. So I did kind of lean into that because this was on my mind all day because I'm getting ready for the show. So I just wrote what was on my mind. So here it goes. Creating new modalities. New year, new moods. Same life, but new realities. Facing difficulties as each new day begins. Truths highlighted the cost to go without daily. In general, all is not well. We ask that everyone embraces the harsh new reality. I urge instead to create a new modality, create a new existence, plan fresh experiences, express to the world the truth that is within. Live within your means, but never stop dreaming big.
Wow. Well put together, Ren.
Just
Well put together for sure. Mine is just short and sweet. Written by me, of course, titled Beautiful. The rising of the sun to its beautiful dusk. Taste of rainfall, smell of musk. Like a summer sun, I am beautiful. The trickling water, the vast ocean. Admiring God's creation. Oh, what a great plan. With his design, eyes, feet, and a beautiful heart. Sadly, so to this beautiful world we must depart. All I can say is I'm indeed beautiful at heart.
Really? You start? I was waiting for more, Sabrina. Sabrina, I need to finish that poem. That poem is not finished. I need more, Sabrina.
As much as I am beautiful, I am sorry I have to depart. So we will be growing apart.
Okay. So I'm short and sweet. I loved it. I really did. I can't believe you ended it there. I wanted more. You had me wanting more.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to leave it up to our comment section in our Facebook Live on Super 88.5 FM to tell us who the winner of our little in-house competition was. But we're not going to be taking note of that right now. Let me check in with our judges, see if they're ready for me. They're still on call. I don't want to say we'll announce the winners tomorrow, but we do have to go because we don't have that much time on radio. We do have news coming up at 7, and we have other things that has to take place in studio before that happens. Let's see if we can get. Let me just check in. Or in the meantime, please let us know. Let me ask our in-house DJ what he thought of the poems. DJ Romanus, who do you think won the competition between myself and Sabrina? And do not say it's a tie.
I don't be biased.
No, but the truth is what we need to hear.
Opinion.
We have our different flow, our style for sure. That's not nice. You listened.
He doesn't want to give us a winner. Aww. All right, let's see. I'm trying to give the judges.
In the meantime, let me say good evening to Smith Jean-Philippe, Calixte Joseph, Nasha Harry, Bryanson Stackert Solange, Earl Alexander, Hope Tracy Descott. Thank you so much, viewers. We have Adele Bowens as well. Good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in.
So very happy for you to be here with us, Adele, Miss Bowens. I want to say good evening to Lucia Hippolyte as well as Clea Louisi. Thank you so very much for joining us, as well as Andrea Donai. Thank you so very much for tuning in to the Let's Connect program on Super 88.5 FM.
Just coming in as well, we have Magdalene, Danielle. Good evening to you too. And our listening audience as well via frequency. Good evening to you as well.
All right, and we might have some of you tuned into our YouTube live as well. We have the results are coming in, people. So I hope you guys are tuned in. Call everybody who you know. Let them know that the results are coming in. It is now time to be glued to your screen so that you can know who our winner is. And let me remind you of the prizes in our adult category. Our first place winner is going to be getting a cash prize of $500.
Second prize winner, cash prize of $300.
And all remaining participants will receive $100.
Moving on to our students category prizes. First winner, cash prize of $250.
And our second place winner will receive a cash prize of $150.
All remaining participants will receive 50 AC dollars.
Right, and all prizes were sponsored once again by the Sufre Regional Development Foundation. So in the student category, we apparently have a first place, second place, and third place winner. So I will be announcing that in a second. I'm just waiting for the final results for the adults. So I do hope that everybody is tuned in. Once again, let me remind you of our participants this evening. In our students category, we had, first off, we had Victor Mangru with his poem entitled New Reality. We then had
Kishon Alphonse, Our Excellency.
And then we had Miss Desley Elise with It's a Happening.
Bethany Joy Fletcher, Celebrate.
And then we had Gazelle Goodwin with An Ode to the Laureates.
Destiny Faustin, Lucia Celebrates.
Gian Vite with Day Inspired.
Ayana Seal, A New Light.
Shaquana Seal, New Old Way.
Jaisim Forian, Our Nobel Laureates.
And in the adult section, we started off with Marcella Braid with her poem entitled Men of Excellence.
Jonathan Edmond, Soldier for St. Lucia. Soldier for Lucia.
And then we had Miss Debbie Dolor with Somebody, Someone.
Don Lucien, the third Nobel Laureate.
All right, so it is now 6:47 and I must unfortunately end the program with our results. And I want to once again thank our judges. We had our judges. We want to thank you guys again. We had Mr. Jefferson Stanislas, who is a teacher at the Sufre Infant School. We had Miss Sancha Plant, a English and literature teacher at the Choiseul Secondary School.
And we had Miss Steffi De Freitas, an English teacher at the Sufre Comprehensive Secondary School.
All right, so it is now time for the judges' results. And in the students category, I'm going to read it from third place up. In the student category, in third place, we have Destiny Faustin with 150 points with her poem entitled Lucia Celebrate. So congratulations, Destiny Faustin. You have won the third place in our students category.
Second place winner, we have Ayana Seal, a total of 158 points. Ayana Seal's poem titled A New Light.
Okay, so congratulations, Miss Ayana Seal, on your win of your second place in the children's category. And our first place winner for the students category with a total of 164 points, we have a poem that was entitled New Old Way, Miss Shaquana Seal. So congratulations, Shaquana Seal, on winning first place in our students category. And now to our adults category. We have four winners. Well, we had four performers. In fourth place,
we have Marcella Brady, 191 points. Her poem titled Men of Excellence.
Congratulations, Marcella Brady, on your fourth place win in our adult category. In our third place, we have, with a total of 198 points, Miss Debbie Dolor with Somebody, Someone. Congratulations, Debbie. You have won third place in our adult category.
Second place winner, we have Don Lucien, 212 points. Congratulations to you, Mr. Lucien.
All right, so that was with the poem entitled The Third Nobel Laureate. So that means that our winner in our adult category is no other than Jonathan Edmond with his poem entitled Soldier for Lucia with 226 points. So congratulations once again to all 14 participants in our first ever Nobel Laureates Poetry Flair competition. I want to once again thank our listeners, thank all our judges, and to thank the education committee who put this all together. Thank you to the teachers as well who worked with our students to set up all the performances. I know it was a very interesting week for you guys with school opening and closing and still having to come out with your performances. So kudos to that. You guys worked so very well under pressure. Once again, congratulations to Super Comprehensive Secondary School. Thank you so very much to everybody for listening to Let's Connect. It has been a wonderful show. Next week, we have another wonderful show for you guys. Stay tuned to the Let's Connect page for announcements on who my guests will be and also for the information on the Cunnery's poetry competition, which will be virtual as well. So until then, until next week, thank you so very much for being with us here on Let's Connect on Super 88.5 FM.
Host this evening's show with you, and I really enjoyed the Poetry Flair. It was a great initiative. To our listening audience and our Facebook Live viewers, I say a wonderful evening to you. Thank you.